Awesome.
Hello, hello. Yeah, welcome to a match in progress. This is Group C. We've got Angrylarry, Xyrak, Cassidy, JSR.
And we've already had some interesting finds, a lot of them through sequence breaks.
Yep, there was a really early book in Kakariko, which led to Hook Shot in the Desert, which was pretty big. There was a fairly free Flute in Agana Cave, and then of course once you have Flute and Hookshot, led to a bunch of the stuff up on Death Mountain, like Lamp Cape, which led to Aga Required to get to the Dark World. Cassidy entered the Dark World first, and we had quite a few sequence breaks, but JSR, who sequence broke the book, or the boots at Hobo, he just sequence break the mirror in Pod, and there was another one too, the butterfly.
Well, a lot of them did the dark room at the back of the sewers to get the sword.
Ah, that's true, yeah.
So yeah, the first sword was found by most of them before going up to Death Mountain because of course, even though we did have early book, Desert was pretty much the last thing checked. But JSR is the only one who, in Pod, did the potion glitch to get through the Mimic Room and found the mirror on the other side. So that could either be really, really good for JSR or really, really bad. But we did also find Power Gloves here in Pod, so there was some progression here. And Aga was absolutely required for this seed.
Yeah, that mirror is going to be pretty huge for him. Also, Xyrak and JSR also found boots much earlier than the other two, so they're racking up a bit of a lead just by running around faster. But yeah, no crystals yet, right?
No, not yet.
And Hera is a pendant, Ice is a pendant, and Meyer is a pendant. Everyone is just kind of, everyone kind of went to Pod as soon as they got into Dark World, and just started quite a bit more in Pod because of that sequence break. And looks like Lyric now going into Skull Woods for a peek.
Yeah, Angrylarry is a little bit behind because he didn't really sequence break anything except for the boots. So he did wait until he found Lamp to do some of the darker areas.
Looks like we've got a look at the catfish here for JSR. I don't think anybody's been up this ways yet. No, just
not yet.
Bomb upgrade.
Bumper cave check if we can get through these. If we can get through these guards. Like, Cassidy, you have a sword. You can use it. It's okay.
Quite a lot of deaths overall so far, but there's also been quite a few fairies to bring them back. So.
Yeah, Old Man, the mountain had a fairy in a bottle.
Looks like we get some more sequence breaking from JSR here. Using that sequence broke mirror to bypass the bow completely to get into here. And nothing much.
Yeah, see, sometimes that's the problem with sequence breaking. It can give you a lot of extra places to check that could just be completely unnecessary.
True. Meanwhile, Cassidy checking out Dark Kakariko Town, and Angrylarry finally making his way into Aghanim's tower.
Yeah, Thieves Town is not a bad check right now, especially because regardless of the sword that you have, you're still going to have to do the same 9 swings or pokes to blind to defeat her. Getting through Thieves Town with a fighter sword is not the most fun, though.
Also, all the medallions have already been found. And they're quite early. The pedestal is just some couch cat.
Yep. Unfortunately, no ped this seed. Sorry, folks.
We headed into Thieves Town, which is a crystal. No hammer yet, so there's one chest that is unavailable, but the rest are good to go. Oh, and hook shot that skull because it has I believe, a little enemy underneath it.
Nothing much in the village of Outcast, though. So hopefully Thieves Town will be a little bit more lucrative.
Yeah, this scene had some really strong hints early on, I felt. There was an early book, and then from there it just led from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, all pretty logically.
Yeah, at this point, Thieves Town is pretty much the only crystal dungeon that's completable.
They can do desert, yeah. Yeah, they can do desert.
Oh yeah, that's true. They could go back to desert now. I forgot they have the gloves now. But since they've already dipped in there and there's only one item and 4 here, I can understand why this would be your next logical choice. Also, love the swag net strats on Angry Larry's screen. JSR also did some swag net strats, but unfortunately, you all missed him.
So I think we are all secretly rooting for Cactuar, just because he's awesome.
Yeah, I really love that sprite.
JSR and Cassidy and Xyrak all just clearing out Thieves Town. Not a whole lot of routing choices here. You just kind of go through it the same way every time. I guess the one choice is you could just do the 4 quick ones and go somewhere else.
You could, but I mean, if you have the chance to grab a crystal, I think it's not a bad idea. And this early on, with so many places to check, it's a little bit less likely that the hammer chest will have something important.
Yep, there's no bow yet.
Right, but since we do have bow required dungeons for crystals, I feel really bad for the runners of the last seed, but there won't be any bow in Ganon's Tower this time.
Cassidy and Xyrak doing a little high five there. Head off to the blind fight. And Cassidy looks in a much worse position here than Xyrak. Xyrak's got almost full health.
Yeah.
Cassidy's
no.
gonna take a death there.
Well, to be honest, it's better that than to die on blind, because going back in from the front to blind changes her pattern a bit. So coming in from the bottom, you get that scripted fight, but if you come back in from the front, it does change a bit.
Looks pretty solid to me.
Yep.
It's a red rupee.
I did not count the items, so I don't know if that's everything or not. I think there is still something in the hammer chest, though.
Alright, that gives Xyrak the early crystal lead. It's 1 crystal Xyrak and none for the rest, although JSR is about to get his first as well.
Well, let's see what the digging game has for us today. A heart container, which, at the health they're at right now, is not bad. Titan's mitts from Stumpy. Did I just see that? What you doing, Cassidy? Oh, glitching the room out. Got it. Let's see what Hype Cave has for us today. Piece of heart. Heart container. Flippers. Bow. And another piece of heart. I'd say 5 out of 10 hype.
Only 5?
Okay, 7
at least
out of
8.
10. For bow, I guess I can up the amount.
All right, so that's supposed to lead to the mirror in pod.
Well, once JSR makes it to Hype Cave, they'll be back on sequence.
Yep, and JSR using that early mirror to find some blue mail.
Those Titan's mitts on Stumpy were a good find, though. I almost never see something good on Stumpy. But we still have no rods. We still have no Canis and Aria. So we are still missing some stuff here. And Xyrak is going to opt to go and finish Desert. Interesting.
No hammer either, right?
Nope. No hammer yet either.
I mean, this desert is okay. You've got flute. There's going to be a crystal and a gust. What's wrong with this play?
Yeah, and with Hype Cave done, JSR is back on logic technically.
Cassidy picking up those Chinamen.
And I think it looks like Angry Larry is actually going to opt out of pod and head right for the Village of Outcasts, which we know is not a bad decision. Especially because from there, he can do South Hyrule and find his mitts.
JSR going for the Mire Cave, finds the ice rod. That's a good find that you like to find, since it can
be anywhere.
Sometimes tough to find. Being in your path is really nice. Gonna go check out Checkerboard Cave.
Yeah, so I think at this point, having the mirror, now that we're back on sequence, definitely gives JSR a bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, for sure. Nothing in the Checkerboard Cave. Gonna mirror directly to Desert. Yep, it's skip all the the entryway and running around in desert to get back to here. JSR is just racking up advantages with all of those sequence break. It's a very sequence break heavy seed.
Yeah, it worked out for the best though. I mean, sometimes it can, sometimes it doesn't. So in this case, it was very good for him. But xyrak has got crystal number 2. And we're gonna see where he goes next. He is gonna go back to Eastern and finish it off. Not a bad decision. Especially because he does not have the mirror yet. But my assumption is that once he's done with Eastern, he will go back into Pod and he will find his mirror, so he'll be good.
Ooh. They start cleaning up desert for their second crystal, and it seems really comfortable with that bow-only landless fight.
Maybe they're an NMG runner.
Could be.
It looks like Cassidy's going into Dark Death Mountain, which we haven't seen yet.
Just a couple 20 bucks. They're also fluting up to the mountain. With mirror in hand, can complete Hera, but Hera is green pendant.
Well, it's not a long dungeon to do, especially for green pendant.
And Kane of Samaria in the hookshot cave for Cassidy.
Very nice. And Angry Larry getting his Titan's mitts from old Stumpy. And xyrak just about to finish off Eastern here for his third crystal. Because even without silvers, this fight is still pretty free. And just a piece of heart. Okay, xyrak not opting to go right to Pod, but to go back to the mire area. So he'll find his ice rod.
Cassidy also picking up the ice rod, although the whereabouts of the fire rod are still unknown.
Well, I mean, technically, because you can get a little bit of the ways in, it could even be in Turtle Rock. That would suck, but it could be there.
Yep, this is a Group C. Winner takes all, so whoever wins this moves on to the finals, and everyone else is eliminated.
Cassidy is opening mire, and so is xyrak.
Might as well, you're right there. I mean, there is only 2 chests, but...
It's completable, but that's a hell of a dungeon to do on Fighter Sword. And without silvers.
I don't know if they're gonna go fight the boss. They just may be doing a quick little peek.
Oh, it's not Fighter Sword. They have Master Sword. Well, at least Cassidy does. Was there another sword in Hookshot Cave? Because both JSR and Cassidy have one.
I think they snuck that one by me. Yep,
Well,
so Meyer is a pendant and Hera is as well. So everybody's just diving into those pendant dungeons.
Just like, if I had my choice of pendant dungeons, I think I would choose Hera over Meyer.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially because, as you said, it's a green pendant, so...
And then you do have Bombos, and you could also go to Ice. The other pendant dungeon. But, wait a minute, Swamp is... Oh, there's no hammer yet.
Ooh, hammer in Meyer. Oh, that's a big find.
That is a pretty big find.
So, I would have lost this seed because Meyer was absolutely the right call. And Xyrak's still going through to check out more stuff. Unfortunately, without the fire rod, he's gonna have to do these scorches the old-fashioned way.
That hammer find might catch Xyrak and Cassidy up a bit. Well, Cassidy just did take another death. Fortunate. JSR looks like he's doing a full clear of Hera.
Yeah, this might put him ahead of JSR because now Xyrak can go and finish off Pod.
I guess it all depends on if this green pendant pays off or not.
And Xyrak noping out of Meyer, and I can't say I blame him. Hammer was definitely a really good find. Still doesn't go to Pod. Going... I don't know where he's going.
Cassidy picking up the hammer as well.
Going up to Skullwoods, interesting.
JSR gonna go clean up Eastern. Turn in that green pendant for a blue rupee. Oh man, Harold.
Oh, no worth, man. No worth.
It was a dud.
Because there wasn't even anything good in Hera itself, really.
Yeah.
So that was a complete bust, unfortunately. I'm not sure where Xyrak is going, though, because he doesn't have the fire rod? He does have the fire rod. Wait a minute. That must have been the other item in Meyer. That's why he noped out. Well then. Aside from Master Sword, I think Xyrak is in go mode. Ooh, nice magic reef though.
I'm sure not to be grabbed by the Sealing Master there. You can fall down the hole, and the Sealing Master can still grab you as you're falling.
Oh my gosh, Xyrak with only one heart! What are you doing? Please be careful.
Aye.
Oh! Oh, he's got a fairy. Okay, we're good. There were so many fairies, I didn't know who still had one left or not.
Definitely a fairy heavy seed. Pretty much every bottle has had a fairy.
Yes, he hasn't gotten the cane yet, so we're in no mode instead of go mode. Nothing much on Locula, though. Still up to save and quit, though. Where are we going now, Xyrak?
Near perfect Armos fight for JSR.
Yeah, JSR has some really good execution.
Picks up that crystal.
I think we're gonna get some new potions. Yep.
I think that was JSR's third crystal. He heads to a Lanmo fight. With some ice rods. Whoa, bucko! No empty bottles.
Ice Rock strats are not awful strats, they're just a little laggy. Everything that sparkles lags in this game, unfortunately. And now Xyrak is gonna go and clean up Pod.
And JSR going into Mire, that's a pretty good play, I would say.
Considering, yeah, I think we're good. Mirror was past the first mimic room on the right-hand side. So Xyrak is gonna find his mirror here. But yeah, if he heads up to Death Mountain after this, he will be in Gomo once he gets that cane and the Master Sword. I really hope it's not another Master Sword cannon fight, though. Hey, we had silvers in the first seed. It was Master Sword Silver. It's still a brutal fight, though.
Yeah, with no hammer, JSR doesn't really have a lot of places to go, and there's the hammer.
Oh man, if he nopes out of here and this is the fire rod, though, that's gonna stink.
It looks like a stand.
Oh, he just went to go check the middle chest first. And every other chest except for the fire rod chest first. I understand it, especially without the fire rod. It's a long animation, and then of course, you know, you have to push all the blocks out of the way because you only have the lamp.
Yeah, in the olden days, the fire locked ones on the left side were actually double likely to have the stuff, the good stuff. Like it was double weighting on those chests. So I don't know how it works nowadays.
Oh yeah, I don't know the percentage chance of stuff being where. Xyrak finishing off Helmsor.
Cassidy takes down Arnold. And I think that's Cassidy's third as well, so I think 3 for Cassidy and 3 for JSR.
I think Xyrak has Turtle Rock and Turtle Rock, his last one.
Looks like he had 5.
Ice was a pendant, right?
Wow, did you see that? Him knocking that little the
Yeah.
purple guy out of the way?
Yeah, what the heck?
That was some crazy stuff that I've never seen before.
I want to learn how to do that because those things are freaking annoying.
He like triple hit the squirrel there? I don't know what you call him. It's squirrel.
The rock squirrel, yeah. That's what it looked like. I don't know what he did, but I need to learn that strat.
That was pretty neat.
Oh, misses the block clip.
There we go, Peach. Dead.
Still a very nice strat. Oh yeah, so Xyrak has Swamp Palace and Turtle Rock left. But since he's coming up here first, he can technically go mode Swamp Palace. Go moding Turtle Rock isn't much faster, but go moding Swamp Palace is a lot faster. And the collection is complete. Xyrak is in go mode. And it looks like Turtle Rock is exactly what he's going to go do.
Yep, you're in the area, so why not?
Yeah, and he's going to be able to go mode Swamp, which is going to be super fast.
Yeah, meanwhile, JSR is in Swamp. Might just full clear it. A couple minutes slower.
What is, I haven't seen his menu, but I don't know what JSR is missing at this point.
I think he has everything.
Oh, okay, so he can technically go mode Swamp if he wants.
Yeah, I just saw it there. Yeah, he has everything, so yeah, he can just fly through here.
He may just check chests on the way, looking for a better sword or silvers. Or a mail upgrade.
Looks like he's checking stuff now.
Maybe he's not comfortable with a Master Sword Ganon fight?
Could be.
Like I said, it's not a fun fight. I can't find it in my heart to blame him.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to get that quick one. Maybe silvers or sword. But we're gonna rush the back to Argus.
More than likely, since Xyrak only has Master, so we'll probably see some hammer strats on Trinex when we get there. Also, that was some nice cane dashing.
Got a Helmsar fight for Cassidy. That's going to be their 4th crystal.
And blind fight for Angularry.
The cactuar looks pretty frantic there.
Cactuar is so cute, though.
Help!
Well, at this point, Angrylarry has not been into mire, so he does not have the hammer to use here, but we know that I'm not going to find anything there anyway, not of super important value. Nice fire rod strats from JSR. Man, Xyrak is just going for it, not even gonna check Mimic Cave or anything.
GSR finishes up swamp while Cassidy looks like they're headed into swamp.
And Angrylarry checking out Skullwoods. Can't complete it though, again, it hasn't been to mire yet, so it doesn't have the fire rod. And Xyrak with just enough magic to eke out that platform. I mean, there is a magic refill on the right-hand side of this room, but it doesn't do you any good if you can't reach it.
And JSR headed to clean up pod and get that crystal.
And Xyrak is still gonna opt to check out Laser Bridge, and it's not a bad choice. Oh, Tempered Sword on Laser Bridge, and he is done. He's like, I got Tempered, we're good to go. That's gonna make the Ganon fight a lot faster and a lot easier, even without silvers. It's also, of course, going to make the Trinex fight a lot nicer as well. So, it'll be interesting, though, to see if anybody else checks Laser Bridge, because with JSR in Go mode, and I think Cassidy might be in Go mode also at this point. No. Did Cassidy not get the fire rod out of mire?
We'll take a look next time the menu pops up. Oh, I blinked and that minion was too fast.
Very nice Trinex fight from Xyrak, but now that he's got Tempered Sword, that's to be expected. So at this point, all Xyrak has to do is go mode Swamp, and then he's gonna head up to Ganon's Tower. So this is his race to lose at this point.
JSR cleans up pod for crystal number 5. Yeah, Cassidy's doing the west side of swamp. We're missing something there.
Really looking for a sword or silvers, I imagine. No, maybe... Yeah, maybe they really didn't get the fire rod out of Meyer. That would stink. Come on, open your menu. We want to see if you have the fire rod.
Guess I'm running to Skull Woods and go get that crystal. They still have to do Turtle Rock. I
Yeah.
think Skull Woods plus Turtle Rock is slower than Fast Swamp.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, Turtle Rock doesn't save a ton of time in go mode. Just because you still have to check so many of the locations anyway. I mean, it's kind of the same with Meyer, unless you get really lucky and you get the God Meyer.
JSR with more good movement in that Gibdo room. The torches.
Angry Larry, not sure where to go. We know that the correct play is to go to Meyer, but unfortunately...
He's just had a rough game ever since the beginning, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that happened. Everyone. Crystal 6 for JSR. Quick work of Skull Woods.
Nope. So all it stands between JSR and Ganon's Tower is Turtle Rock. And Xyrak is closing in on Argus here. And with Tempered, he's going to have a lot easier fight than JSR did, and than Cassidy will. Yeah, very quick work of those puffs.
As Ro calls it, the popcorn bot.
Oh, Ro. And that's it. Xyrak has crystal number 7, and he's going to be heading up to Ganon's Tower. So now as JSR goes into Turtle Rock, I can only hope for their sake that they just check that laser bridge. Cabbages are not being nice to Xyrak here on Death Mountain.
Yep, so right now we basically have a Turtle Rock difference in between Xyrak and JSR. And then Cassidy and Angry Larry a bit behind.
Yeah, I think if Cassidy had gotten that fire rod, they'd be in go mode right now.
Yeah. Also, those are the two that got the really early boots, were JSR and Xyrak as well. It definitely helps when you find boots in the first 10 minutes versus like 40 minutes.
Yeah, this was for the most part definitely a seed where sequence breaking paid off.
Oh yeah, big.
The mirror didn't pay off as much for JSR, but everything else definitely paid off here.
I think it did, but I think it did pay off for him. But it was just a combination of other routing decisions that lost all that advantage back.
Well, I mean, he did check a couple of extra mirror spots that I don't think xyrak ever checked, like graveyard ledge and things like that. So that does take a little bit of time. So we're heading right.
Yeah, it would have been a lot better if you could have sequence broke mirror and then finished pod too, but they had to go back into pod
Yeah.
the second time anyways. So yeah.
Nothing but heart containers on the right-hand side, so we're going to be going left. And again, we have a small key on the torch. So rip Bob. See, Iggy thinks the same way I do. Tile room.
No.
I have only seen it there once, like ever, in any seed. Nothing in the Staphos room. Nothing in Firebar room. Nice NMG boomerang strats from xyrak here.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, there's a temper sword for Cassidy. Was that Peg Cave?
Oh, well, there's the fourth sword then.
I don't think anyone else did all of these extra village ones. But the heart container at the dwarf.
I know Larry bought the dwarf and whatnot around, but since he didn't have the hammer yet, he's gonna have it now. But he didn't have the hammer, he couldn't do Peg Cave.
And Larry finally goes into Mire, which is stacked full of items, even though there's only 2 items in there. But they're both good.
And takes a death from the bird. Oh, bird,
no.
please.
That guy
Bird,
does
why?
And JSR with some nice Samaria dash. Yeah, he's also definitely comfortable with NMG mechanic.
And the big key is once again in Bob's chest. That's that's 2 times now.
Of course, you can be good without NMG, but
It helps.
knowing NMG just really cleans up a bunch of rooms and saves you a second here and a second there, and all of a sudden you're gaining like minutes because you're saving a couple seconds everywhere. So yeah, not required, but definitely nice to have.
Yeah, and since JSR decided to go mode Turtle Rock, they did not find Tempered Sword on the bridge, so they are stuck with Master Sword now. We know for sure because we know where the last sword is.
Oh man.
And unless silvers are somewhere in this tower, have fun, my friend.
Yeah, barring about 10 falls on Ganon, I think we can say that xyrak has this wrapped up based on what I've seen so far.
Oh yeah. Definitely his race to lose at this point.
And JSR headed to Gannon's town. There's a
Cassidy checking Pyramid Fairy. That's interesting.
There's a nice hook shot to avoid that Lionel shot. Lionels are immune to Master Sword damage. Often you forget that and just kind of try to charge right through and just run into him.
Yep.
Pyramid Fairy has $20 and a heart container.
Pyramid Fairy paying off in worth.
Guess they're also doing the quickies on the right side, and left side afterwards.
Well, the extra 2 hearts are definitely not going to hurt going up here with Master Sword.
We got some joke robes.
Nice magic
right?
refill. Oh, Angry Larry, please continue to look through Meyer. Please don't nope out. Please don't nope out. Oh my god, I feel so bad for Cassidy right now.
I got into 2.5 hearts. Does have a blue potion and does use it.
Not even gonna check the chests on the way up for silvers. I mean, if he's an NMG runner, he's fully comfortable, I'm sure, with Temper Sword Ganon.
Same boomerang hookshot strat for Jason there.
And very easy Moldorm fight. NMG means no major glitches, and it's the main category for the vanilla Link to the Past game. So it does account for things like bomb jumps and fake flippers, but no out-of-bounds craziness. Although those runs are really fun to watch. I think that only ended up being a double, that first one there.
Triple.
Very nice. Very nice patterns from Aga 2 here.
Ooh,
Well,
whiff on the third one though because of the blue ball. He was aiming for that specific one.
yeah.
But it turned out to be blue balls instead.
And xyrak is going into the Ganon fight. So it's 12 slashes for the first 2 phases. And then it'll be 12 spins for the final phase here without silvers.
Looks like Ganon was a bat after all.
Everything that flies, man, I'm telling you.
He's a man, pig, bat. Batman pig. Pigman bat?
Are you super serial about that? Oh, gets him in a nice spot to do double hits. And we're already in phase 3 here, so this is going to be a very quick fight.
Oh, yeah.
And as long as he can get the torch glitch, he can get up to 3 spins per cycle here with the torch.
Yep, and with some lamp spam, it wasn't too difficult there.
Nope.
Basically have to light that left torch before the right torch goes out. That's all you really have to do. Looks pretty comfortable with the silverless Ganon fight.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
Had a couple of whiffs, but nothing major. And the pig is down.
there we go. Xyrak takes down Group C. Moves on to the finals along with Ridley the Monster and Iggy Dota.
But GG, that was very well executed. Both he and JSR definitely had some excellent execution for this seed.
Sure. A little bad luck for the other two. Those sequence breaks really kind of put Angry pretty far behind, and Cassidy had quite a few deaths as well.
Yeah.
Angry plays a lot of different randos. I know him more for Zelda 2 rando, and I believe didn't he make the tracker for Zelda 2? I have the feeling that he did, and then I use it.
That I have no idea.
But I haven't played that in a while. But yeah, I know him more for Zelda 2, but he plays a lot of randos.
So pretty soon here, we should be switching over to Group D.
Let me pull up the brackets here. Group D, we've got Sonny Wrath versus Solid Snake 1982